Okay guys, welcome back to the No Council YouTube channel with your boy Timmy. Now, it is 11:43 p.m. I have just finished playing the Avengers campaign. I didn't realize I'd finished the campaign this quickly. Having said that, I have been banging it out since I received the game on Monday. So first things first, thank you to Square Enix and Crystal Dynamics for sending me a copy of the game. I am beyond humble and I'm beyond excited to be playing this game. I didn't think I was going to get a chance to play it, but this game, well, the campaign anyway, has been amazing. Honestly, I can't speak highly enough about it. Initially this was going to be like first reactions or first thoughts after playing for like 6-12 hours, but the campaign done, campaign finished. So might as well just do like a nice little campaign review, I guess. That's what this video is going to be. So majority of this review is going to be spoiler free. I'm not going to really talk too much about anything that could potentially spoil the story for anyone that's planning to play the game. But what I will say is, when there is a spoiler, I'll let you know. But I'm going to talk about post-game. You know what? Let's just get into it. So, the Avengers game revolves around Kamala Khan reuniting the Avengers after the events of A-Day. At this point, you know about A-Day, the explosion that happened, creating the Inhumans via Terrigenesis because of the Terrigen engine that the Avengers were using in their new hover helicarrier, whatever you want to call it. But when you start out the game, you start as Kamala after the events of the day, and she's had her power. It's 4 years after the events, so she has her powers, she knows about them, her parents are aware about them, and it goes about she's trying to find the resistance, seeing that obviously AIM is in the wrong, trying to find the Avengers and, you know, trying to get this piece of news to them at the beginning, but then it ends up with her joining the Avengers to help them stop AIM. And what I really like about Kamala as a character, first and foremost, they do not shy away from the fact that she's Muslim, which I thought they were going to, but from the moment you have the interactions with her and her dad, to even, there was a moment with her and Tony Stark where she mentioned her costume and how that was inspired by the clothing her mother used to make for her and how it's a traditional Muslim garment. I was like, all right, cool. Crystal Dynamics and Square Enix got this thing on point. But she has very intimate moments in each of the Avengers, and it's almost as if she is the necessary glue that was needed to bring the Avengers together in order to stop AIM. As you progress through the campaign, you end up eventually being able to play as each of the Avengers at some point, gain access to all of them, eventually leading up to the final battle with MODOK and, you know, AIM, which is, by the way, is a great battle, great boss battle. The campaign isn't long. It's a very short campaign. Like I said at the beginning of the video, it's a very short campaign, but there's enough in there, enough condensed in there, that you get a full picture of what the overall game is going to be like. Because I think with the Avengers game, the push is that they want you to play this game with other people. The aim of this game is to hone in as much as possible on the multiplayer aspects, whether that's a raid, or the harm room missions, or the vault missions, whatever it is, the aim of this game, at its core, in my opinion anyway, is they want you to become the Avengers. They want you to play as the Avengers in a team. So there's tactics behind your gameplay, which I want to get into in a little bit now, actually. So as I was playing this game, and as I was playing each of these characters, I came to the understanding that every character, well, obviously every character plays different because all the Avengers are different, but when I say they play different, let me use, I guess, words which we are more known to come across when it comes to things like RPGs and games and that. So, if I was to class each character, Hulk is your typical tank. You know, he has high defense, he taunts enemies towards him to, you know, get them away from the other Avengers. That's that in place. Kamala is like your healer, your support character. Black Widow is your rogue or your assassin, which, I mean, comes into play with her as a character anyway, but she has more stealthy type moves. Thor, I would say Thor is like a glass cannon type character, because obviously Thor goes in there, spinning Mjolnir, you know, kicking ass all over the place. That's the best way I can describe Thor. Iron Man provides air support, so he's taking out enemies in the air, he's taking out turrets, which I assume most people will play like that. And then you got Captain America, who's like your well-rounded character. Whether you're playing type or playing style, you can play as him. But so when you go into the game and when you eventually play as all the Avengers, what I'm assuming is that everyone will get a feel to what characters they would rather play as when it comes to multiplayer. It's not a case of, well, I like this Avenger more, or I like this Avenger. Like, I don't think that really comes into play when it comes to picking the characters that you want to play with. Because hand on heart, I'll say this now, most people are going to go into this game thinking Black Widow shit, Kamala Khan is shit, and yeah, the rest of the Avengers are freaking amazing. It doesn't play out like that at all. Every character plays very differently. Black Widow is probably one of the most badass characters in this game. Point blank, period. The way she maneuvers around the field, from her super ability to the way she uses her guns, the way she uses her grappling hook, she is a boss on the field. Do not underestimate Black Widow when you play this game. Play her and play her well. So I've spoken about the characters, I've spoken about like the class system, which I've come to understand is in place there. That's just from my understanding. I've spoken about the story as well. Very simple story. Kamala, bring the Avengers together. Lovely jubbly, gets the job done. Face and aim. Let's talk about combat a bit. Combat in the game, I have one issue with it, and the issue is targeting. When I say targeting, I mean more about the lock-on system. The lock-on system isn't great, especially in later battles, and I find it more difficult in the boss battle with MODOK. The targeting and the lock-on system wasn't that great. But having said that, overall gameplay is great. It's very much button bashing, combo having, power wielding gameplay, which anyone should love to do. Like, if you love the Avengers, you're gonna love this game. Like, when you're Thor, you feel like Thor. When you're Hulk, you feel like Hulk. When you're, well, let me tell you now, when you're Captain America, you don't feel like Captain America. You feel like Captain America 2.0. Cap's movesets are so different, but there are little moments in there that they take obviously from the MCU. There's like a move where he grabs his shield and he almost curls up in it and slams into the ground, which I thought that's like from, oh god, that was from Winter Soldier. Same thing goes for Iron Man. Iron Man plays out like Tony Stark from the MCU. He'll go in there with a couple of melee combos, finish off with a couple repulsor blasts, get the lasers out, get the rockets out, use the uni beam, call the hole buster. The combat in this game is not flawless, but it's fun. And I don't think anyone should go into this game thinking, oh, you're gonna get like God of War type style gameplay, or even Spider-Man PS4 with the fluid motion type gameplay. It's more or less getting in there, your light combos, your heavy combos, using superpowered abilities as well in there in the mix to take out the different enemies. You're doing blocks, you're doing parries, tactfully maneuvering around the field, picking up health, picking up resources. Like I said, combat in this game isn't flawless, but it's fun. It's button bashing fun. When it comes to like things like the skill tree and picking up resources to upgrade your gear, I found that resources aren't easy to come by. Let me reword that a little bit. Resources aren't easy to come by, but they're not necessarily difficult to find either. It's all about making sure that when you are on a mission, you are looking about for like resource caches. They kind of stick to the side of buildings, or they're on the floor, or they drop off enemies depending on the gear you've got. You're looking out for chests, for loot and gear. When it comes to leveling up, leveling up. That's another issue I have. So, when I was playing the game, I found out, or I noticed, that XP isn't shared amongst all the characters. It feels like you have to use each character in order to gain XP for that character, which I thought wouldn't be the case. I thought if I'm playing as Hulk and I've got Iron Man, Black Widow and Kamala in my party, if I gain XP, they should also gain XP to level up. I don't know whether this is a campaign issue and it will reflect differently in multiplayer, but that's one thing that really kind of pissed me off, because I would expect my leveling up to be not necessarily equal across all my characters, but if a character's in game with me in a mission, they should also receive XP, because it affects later missions where by the end of the game, my Iron Man was a level 12 with a power level of like 30, and I had like Thor at like level 5, Captain America at level 3, just because of when you receive them in the game. The power levels of all the characters were all over the place, so there wasn't really any kind of cohesion, or like, okay, so someone is slightly stronger than the other person. It's just a case of like, whoever you're using, gets the XP, gets the gear as well, gets resources, because again, resources and gear aren't shared between characters. If you're playing as Iron Man, you only can pick up Iron Man gear. If you're playing as Hulk, you only get Hulk gear. The resources you pick up as Iron Man aren't necessarily shared among all your characters. I'm hoping I could be wrong. I'm hoping it's something that I just didn't notice. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it is something that's just in the campaign. I'm not sure. Another thing to mention is that in-game, there are moments where you can't access certain areas as a character. There are certain areas in-game that you can't necessarily access with, say, Captain America, but you can access it with Hulk or Kamala or Thor, because the door you have to break requires strength to break it, and you as Cap or as Iron Man or as Black Widow can't do that, or the door requires some kind of hacking or entering a code, and you can't do that as Hulk or Kamala or Thor just because of how the game is set up. It goes back to the game encouraging you to play this with other people. The point of this game is to play 4-player co-op, whether it's a story mission, whether it's multiplayer, whatever it is, this game wants you to play with other people. It wants you guys to form a 4-player party of the Avengers and go through this game tactfully, each character or each player having their own kind of role in the team. That's what I get from this game. That's just something I keep seeing as a recurring theme. So this hasn't been the most comprehensive review, I will admit, because I feel like to give the game a full-on review, I have to do the multiplayer as well. So even as a campaign, I said the campaign is quite short. When I do get the opportunity to do a full-on review, I will come back to address more things like the gear setup, where to find the best loot, where to find the best resources. Those type of things I will cover in a full review. But if we're talking things like now, post-game for this game in particular is looking epic. So major spoiler warning, because I'm going to say some shit that you guys may not want to hear. So yeah, first things first, we are 100% going to get a DLC with the Kree. I say 100% because I want a DLC with the Kree. We are definitely going to get some AIM DLCs. AIM are obviously still in game in the multiplayer missions and things like that. But we're definitely going to get an AIM DLC. We've still got Hawkeye coming into the game, so we're going to get missions solely for Hawkeye. We still got Spider-Man if you got PS4, so you're going to get Spider-Man missions. And then we still got 2 more character slots to fill in. So no, I'm wrong. 3 more character slots to fill in. So if we get, from my personal opinion, if we get Black Panther, yeah, Doctor Strange, and Captain Marvel, this game will be great, fantastic, awesome, amazing, whatever you want to call it. Pick an adjective. This game will be epic. That is just hands down the truth. No one can contest to that. I'm saying that now. If all those things happen in that order, watch. Just watch. This game has been a lot of fun. I can't talk enough about the campaign. I'm gonna bang out so much multiplayer once all my friends have got the game and finished. I don't want to play multiplayer with anyone that hasn't finished the campaign. I feel like everyone has to play the campaign first and then dive into the multiplayer heads first. Like, I'm talking about, I want Discord chats about multiplayer. I know everyone I'm going to play with on a certain day. Like, I want that level of commitment when it comes to multiplayer for this game. I feel like this game has so much longevity. I think in 9 months' time, we will still be playing this game where there's patch updates or there's new missions to take on, or, you know, new characters to reveal. This game has the potential to go on minimum 9 months. If it can make it a year, I'll be very, very surprised. But this game has the potential to go on for a long time with full-on enjoyment, especially if you're a Marvel fan. And even if you're not a Marvel fan, even if you're someone who just likes to have some fun beating up good bad guys, this game is definitely for you. I would definitely say get your hands on a copy of this game as soon as you can. If you're a streamer, if you're a content creator, get a copy of this game ASAP. People want to see this game, especially for the multiplayer aspects. Get this game, I'm telling you that for now. If I was to rate this game out of 10, no. If I was to rate the campaign out of 10, let me be right. The campaign's a solid 7.5. It's not a perfect 8 or like an 8.5, just because for me, the issue is with EXP share. I don't know, again, if it reflects in the multiplayer, great. If it doesn't, whatever problem. But 7.5 for a campaign, that's only about, I'd say, 40% of the game. I think it's a good score. I think it's a good score. I think it's a fair assessment to make. I'll be honest. Everyone knows I'm a huge Marvel fan. I'm a huge Marvel fan. And I really thought I was going to go into this game thinking, oh, it's 10 out of 10, 10 out of 10, can't fault it. But I feel like if I didn't give like a very objective review about this game, I'll be doing not only myself a disservice, but be doing you guys a disservice as well. So go into this game with minimal expectations and you will get the most out of it. Do not go into this game thinking you're going to get, you know, game of the year type levels of gameplay and gaming. It's not that kind of game. It really isn't. And that's okay. That's not a bad thing. It's just about setting expectations. So if you go in there with as minimal expectations as possible and just taking the game as it is at face value, you will get the most out of this game, 100%. Okay guys, let me know your thoughts below in the comments. Let me know what you think of the game. If you've played it, are you going to play it? Are you planning to play it? Play it. Do you have have you played the game already? What do you think of the campaign? What do you think of the final battle against MODOK? What do you think of post-game? What characters do you think we're going to see come up in this game? Do you think we're going to get Black Panther? Let me know in the comments below, guys. And as always, don't forget to like and share this video. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Guys, I want to hit 1K subscribers before the end of the year. I know it's going to take a little work on my part. Make sure I produce the content with my team. But guys, 1K is doable. Hit the subscribe button for me. And as always, thank you so much for the support. I really appreciate it. Peace out.